the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dolton and we about to get our skate on.
People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards with her face on it, and using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image.
South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard has lost another key ally. Until recently, Henyard enjoyed near unanimous support on the Thornton Township Board, but now trustee Carmen Carlisle says after trusting Henyard and remaining silent, she will be a whistleblower against.
Tiffany Henyard is known as the most corrupt mayor in America, and the title is certainly well earned. Seriously, when you look into the things she has done, it's hard to believe she managed to get this far without facing serious consequences. Fortunately, we're not alone in this opinion, and it seems like Tiffany's reign of corruption is finally coming to an end. The mayor of Dolton, a small town already struggling with debt, has been under fire for abuse of power and corruption. Tiffany, who's been dubbed the super mayor, allegedly squandered thousands of dollars on extravagant luxuries, including unapproved ice rinks and lavish trips that the town could never afford. Attorneys for Dolton trustees Bert Odson and Michael McGrath shared their concerns about the gross mismanagement in an interview with a news channel, shedding light on the ongoing scandal.
You're not going to understand it until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But baby, they on to you.
It is a shame that we, the public, can't ask you anything about the BMWs, the Range Rovers, all of that. It's like you're keeping all of that hidden from the taxpayers, and we pay for those.
You guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now.
People are shocked by how daring Tiffany Henyard has been. It's as if she was completely confident that the law wouldn't catch up to her. She's been spending money that didn't belong to her left and right, and even the trustees were left speechless when the numbers were put in front of them. It's hard to believe the extent of her actions, and now it's all catching up to her.
$1,000 at Amazon. What a slap in the face to everybody that resides in 60419 zip code.
We have to find a way to rid our village of that malevolent administration.
The trustees decided it was best for Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's former mayor, to continue investigating Tiffany Henyard. It seems people trust her to bring justice to the situation. On the other hand, Henyard appeared offended that anyone other than the FBI was looking into her actions. She reportedly claimed that there was no need for Lori to be paid to investigate, insisting that it wasn't her job to do so.
Lori Lightfoot was there.
Okay, nobody goes. We're going to clear the room in a minute.
Briefly addressing residents before her mic was shut off.
Okay, even though they turn the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the president of Dolton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Why would we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI people? So why would we?
Lori Lightfoot is taking her job seriously, and Tiffany Henyard stands no chance against her. Lightfoot has already uncovered countless pieces of evidence, including the fact that there are missing documents that are required by state law that Henyard has yet to submit. The investigation is clearly uncovering more than Henyard anticipated.
Under state law, the village reports to the comptroller of the state each fiscal year. Two documents that we're going to talk specifically about are the annual financial report, and you see the citation there, it's a state law, and the audited financial statement. The village has not, and let me repeat that, the village has not complied with these statutory requirements this fiscal year 2021. There's no annual financial report available after 2021, and no audited financial statements after 2021. So what that means is the information that we're providing you has not been thoroughly audited by a CPA, but we do have information coming from an entity that essentially serves as the finance department of the village.
Not much of a surprise, really. After all, we already have a video of her celebrating the creation of her personal ice skating rink. While this would have been quite the moment if it had been funded by her own money and success, the rink was actually made using taxpayers' money from people who are already struggling with day-to-day life without her taking advantage of them.
It's your mayor, Tiffany
Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dolton, and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did. Ah!
Y'all, it's your mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dolton, and we about to get our skate on. Remember when all 5 trustees said no? Look what God did. But of course that isn't the only thing she used taxpayer funds for. A former employee revealed that she's been spending thousands of dollars on vacations and luxurious travel trips, things that stand out, obviously. It's becoming more and more clear just how mismanaged everything has been under her watch.
What stand out, obviously, are the travel. I mean, it's huge. About 2 trips a month, 3 to 6 days for every trip. I would say 95% of them are unrelated to the township. You know, she went to Portland, Oregon for some conference called the Her Voice, like women in power leading other women to God. Anybody who knows when you're using taxpayer funds, when you start putting religion into it, it's a touchy situation because you govern in the township 190,000 voters. Not all of them believe the same thing you do.
How is she living when she goes on these trips?
It's outside of her own pay scale. That's how she's living. She's not living a $300,000 a year life like she's making. She's living a $1 million life because she's keeping her money and spending ours. You get a $600 per day per diem. You don't turn in receipts for those.
Which is very generous per diem.
You shouldn't be swiping the credit card for anything, ma'am. Why do I see all of your meals on here? Why do I see your hotels on here?
What kind of hotel does she stay in? Is it fancy?
Yeah, Hyatt, Hilton, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons?
Oh yeah, you name it. Just the best of everything for her. Flying first class to Las Vegas. Her and Keith Freeman. I know the news didn't say that. He put out her $3,700 flight for herself.
She bought a $3,700 flight to Las Vegas?
But Keith Freeman's flight was the same amount. Her and Carmen Carlisle had, $1,600 flights.
As if that wasn't enough, Tiffany Henyard is adamant about rubbing her money and power in people's faces. It's gotten to the point where local residents are constantly complaining about her face being plastered on every billboard in town. It seems like she's using her position not just for personal gain, but to constantly remind everyone of her dominance.
Tiffany, hero or villain?
She's a villain. She really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show, big act, but she's not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are.
What is she allegedly guilty of, you think?
Stealing that money. Because her family worked with her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need. And she be having her names all over the trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Everywhere Tiffany goes, she continues to deny all allegations against her, speaking to people as if they're the ones in the wrong. She's mentioned countless times that they've fallen for lies and manipulation, even though it was her who posted all the required evidence on social media. It's almost as if she's trying to flip the narrative, but the truth is getting harder for her to deny.
Can you please state your name?
I have heard, I've not seen for myself, I don't know, that there is what I would consider a rogue vehicle being paid for by the township, a luxury BMW. And I wonder was that busted last year, and is it in the 2025 budget, and who is it for, and what is that person actually doing for the budget? That he or she needs that kind of vehicle.
All right, babe, are you done? Are you done?
Residents are clearly sick and tired of Tiffany Henyard, and it's reached the point where nothing she says holds any value to them. Take this video, for instance, where people actually walked out while she was speaking. The mess has even resulted in a small-scale protest, showing just how fed up the community is with her actions and leadership. Tiffany insists that her huge security detail is warranted in a town of just around 20,000 people. However, a former top police officer who argued against this was fired by her. The former officer revealed that Dolton is suffering from a shortage of police officers on the streets, which has led to a large uptick in crime. Meanwhile, Tiffany is using a significant number of police officers as errand runners and drivers, paying them large amounts of overtime, all funded by taxpayers.
Critics say that you have a significant security detail. First of all, how large is your police department in Dolton, and what is your security detail?
So we have about 45 officers in our village. My security is warranted due to the fact of threats and things of that nature, but what people are not stating is it's in our CBA. That's our collective bargaining agreement. That's our union contract. So it comes with the seat. That's what people are not saying. I didn't make this up. I didn't just create this to say I want security.
Lori backed this claim by revealing her own evidence, showing that these officers were being paid an insane amount of money for overtime. One of the officers wasn't even eligible for overtime, but there was nothing that could be done to stop Tiffany at that time, at least not yet. The situation is becoming more clear, and the pressure on her is growing.
We wanted to highlight for you, particularly in overtime, what we saw as two outliers in the offices. Officer Sherry Young and Officer Dolton Green. Both of these individuals in the last 2 years have earned more in overtime than their base salary. And you can see these numbers here. Officer Sherry Young in FY 2023 earned $194,290 total in the base salary and overtime, and then in FY 2024 that increased to $227,351 combining the base salary and the overtime. Officer Reed for FY 2023 had a total earnings of $145,450, and officer in FY 2024 $192,000.
Lori Lightfoot, in her presentation, demonstrated how the general fund balance has shifted from positive to negative under the tenure of Tiffany Henyard. This financial decline highlights the mismanagement of funds during Henyard's time in office, further solidifying the concerns about her handling of taxpayer money.
Is a graphic that depicts where we started as of April, where the village started as of April of 22 with positive of $5.6 million in the general fund, and where we are as of May of 2024, which is a negative $3.65 million.
If I may,
Yes.
because kind of a summary now, just quick numbers on a 2-year span, we're talking about a $9 million swing or $9 million of deficit over that course of time. Would I be accurate?
In an interview with a reporter, Tiffany Henyard denied having made the credit card purchases and insisted that while she did go to Las Vegas, she did not use taxpayers' money for the trip. However, given the mounting evidence against her, many are finding it hard to believe her claims.
We want to highlight a couple of credit card purchases. You're having the same reaction that you did with yourself. So in particular, we were very concerned to see the top 3 purchases that were highlighted for you that were booked on January 5th of 2023. That's roughly $40,000, a little more than that, in credit card purchases on Amazon in the same day. And our understanding is that the village does not have an Amazon account. These are somebody using one of the credit cards and charging these amounts using your tax.
Tiffany Henyard also denied any managerial involvement or ownership of the foundation she created and donated taxpayer money to. She claimed she was simply used as the face of the organization, attempting to distance herself from the controversy surrounding it. However, many are skeptical of her defense, especially with the increasing scrutiny of her actions.
Not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid back.
Well, no matter how convenient it might be, we can't exactly expect Tiffany Henyard to confess to all her crimes just yet. It would certainly make things easier for her and less embarrassing. But it's only a matter of time before she's arrested. Either way, we'll be waiting for the big day. That's it for now. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below, and for more updates, hit the bell icon.